So let's talk about Nick.
I know, right?
Well, Anna, you're getting a little hate too, and I've definitely dipped my toe in it. And I just want to say, because I'm sure Nick 100% is going to watch this. Like, I know that I've ragged on Nick a little bit, only because it's interesting, and I think that he did cover, like Johnny Depp and all these court cases, like people's lowest point. So it's kind of interesting just to observe him. And I've been kind of watching Nick for a long time, like the Illicit Clips channel. I've never really watched his Law Tube stuff, but I've kind of watched his like, I guess, his fall into alcoholism, right? Because they document on these clips. Have you guys ever seen Illicit Clips?
Yeah, I've seen him in real life. Alex.
No, but I'm saying, I know you've met him, but I'm saying there's a person that A-logs him. A-loggers are so annoying. They just watch whatever you do. They clip your worst parts. They clip whatever is interesting. They can almost tell a narrative with it. And so there's a channel that's told a narrative that, like, I never really watched any of the Johnny Depp stuff, so I didn't know, but like, there's all these videos of like Nick constantly drinking. I mean, constantly. When you watch it in clip form, it looks even worse, right? Because it's like every clip, he's like licking a bottle, licking like 10 different bottles. They have like a clip of him like licking 10 different bottles. And you're like, fuck, like even a person that drinks a lot, he's drinking a lot. And then, then it gets arrested. I'm just saying it's really bad. And I feel bad for Nick because I do think that his family went behind his back and handled this the wrong way by like telling on him before having an intervention. But he did get arrested with all the dope, with multiple dopes. So it's like, whether they did it under false pretenses, hopefully he can beat the case, on that. Say it's like a whatever unlawful search and seizure. But he should be a little more remorseful because at the end of the day, they didn't find fake cocaine. I guess that's my point.
Fake cocaine. There's some talcum powder in the
I'm
bag.
saying they found real cocaine. So unless he's saying that the government planted that cocaine, which that's obviously not true because Aaron Steeltoe, who has been blabbing his mouth, and I'm not, I don't even blame Aaron because basically he was the odd man out, right? He's like the Steel Toe morning show guy. He brings his wife over there. He's got the younger wife, probably the more fun wife. I don't know Kayla Ricada at all.
Did you watch the hot tub clip?
Oh yeah, and then he talks about the sexual friction. That so you can tell. But the best clip is when the first time I was on Simcast and I was giving April the business because her and Aaron used to always just trash me. They'd be like, Alex Steins jumped the shark, da da da. A lot of people just they're A-loggers. They react to my content. They used to react to my content all the time. So I would sometimes see there. Sometimes they say something nice, but sometimes they say something mean. And so I kind of pressed her, and then that's the night her and Nick started talking about going on a hot tub stream, and that they both live in like St. Cloud, Minnesota, in the middle of nowhere.
Who was tweeting with who? Was Nick banging that toe cap's missus?
They were wife swapping. So April, who is like 28, is probably the best looking one of the bunch, but they call her Mega Mind because she has such a big head. Her forehead is so big. Red Bar, it calls her Mega Mind. And it's so funny. It is so funny because if you look at her, it does make sense. But everything else, she's got a great bod. She doesn't look bad at all. She's Mega Mind. And, for these guys in bumfuck Minnesota where there's like nobody, I just looked up the population of Spicer because I'm wondering if they're going to play the court case because Whole County or whatever, it's so small they probably never live stream the court cases. But it's 1,100 people are in that town, so it's hard to find somebody to swing with and wife swap with, right? It's right. Not that easy. It's like, and they found like the perfect couple, quote unquote. And then basically it all goes sour because Aaron's the odd man out. He's like cleaning, feeding the kids SpaghettiOs. His story, not mine. That is like so dark that he's literally like microwaving SpaghettiOs, which are delicious, but it's just like a sad story talking about like the condition of the house being poor. And he's just to blame. I mean, Aaron talking about how he did coke, but he only did it a couple times. He didn't like the way it made him feel. And then he only took Molly like 10 times. And if you're like in your 40s, like
10 times.
That's what I'm saying. And Aaron, if you watch this, you shouldn't be popping Molly, dude. I mean, it's just, it's just ridiculous. You're too old. You're not in college. You're not at a rave. And Nick shouldn't be either.
I don't mind people doing this. They're adults. But you got kids in the house, that shit stops at the front door. You go on vacation, you go to motels, you go to... That shit, nothing comes in the front door. It's not about
the casino. They went to the casino. They like to hang out at the casino. Like they should have gone there. I mean, they went there, But I think it was like really fun at first, and then it spiraled out of control. And from like whatever I read on the complaints, Nick did get kind of screwed because it looked like his in-laws were talking crap about him. Aaron, they even pulled up Aaron's streams talking about it. You're in a small town. This is all like in the police report. And so you're in a small town of 1,100 people. These cops have like nothing to do, right? I mean, they probably never do that many drug busts with warrants and put up cases to go to the single judge. And on top of all that, Nick, who everybody I think would say is smart, it must have the worst luck in the world because he's been bashing the judge that is now his judge on his future case, the judge that who his past case on his defamation case, who he calls the most repugnant things. Like he has talked about her disgustingly. I don't even remember what he said, but like talking about her vagina and blood. I mean, some of the most repugnant things. And now
give him the chair.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And now she's the judge presiding over his criminal court case. So I don't know how he could have such bad luck. I don't even know how that's possible.